to Bear Lifestyle, the podcast where we talk about taboo topics to make them normal and acceptable. I'm your host, Simona Spark, and I'm so happy that you are here. We are about to get naked by stripping away insecurities, judgments, and all kinds of limitations to reveal the essence of who we really are, Bear. Bold, authentic, radical, express. Let's go. Welcome back, people. Welcome back to another Bear Lifestyle podcast. Let's celebrating myself and celebrating you and everyone who listens and watches this. Cheers, cheers. Yummy, delicious Egyptian lotus flower tea. It's been my jam for the past few weeks. Welcome, and let's just say happy Valentine's to all of you. Valentine's Day is tomorrow, big deal in the United States and throughout the most of the world. So let's celebrate love, 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 love. Whew. Here's the thing. This will be the last episode of this season. Can you believe it? We are closing season 6. This podcast, it's been airing for the past 2 years. 2 years, you guys. Thank you. Thank you all for listening, for watching, for commenting, for sharing, for downloading, for engaging. Thank you for being here. I created this space for you, and it's important to have you be part of this conversation. So let's just talk about love. Let's just talk about love. I mean, look, I've been dating for a while, and I had a single status for almost 4 years, which has been the longest ever in my life. Up until 4 years ago, I always been somebody's daughter, wife, girlfriend, right? I never really took the time to just be single. Looking back to the periods of time that I didn't have a romantic partner was just because, the life was very shitty. I was in circumstances where a man have no space next to me, right? I'm talking like homeless or living in a shelter. I mean, girl, if you're not familiar with my story, just go ahead and read my book, Raising My Voice, the Memoir of Immigrant. I'm going to leave the link in the show notes. So, but this time, and when I say this time, since 2020, this time, I actually, most of this period of time, I've been single and being in a good space. Not only that I know who I am and what I desire, but actually stepping into the dating space from a place of self-love. Self-love, you guys. Man, and it's such a continuous, ever-evolving process as well, because I'll tell you this, every time I think this is it and I got it, I'm just faced with another challenge, if you wish, or with I don't like challenge, but with another invitation to look in and to dig deeper and to pull out that powerful, unlimited, unconditional love that lives between myself. I mean, look, I don't know who says it first, but I hear it from RuPaul. If you don't love yourself, how the hell are you gonna love somebody else? Right? Because what else we are doing? We are just projecting our insecurities on the person in front of us. So what do you think? I mean, leave it in the comments. Let me know. How do you look at this self-love? And I also want to be aware of one aspect though, because I started with myself and I also seen with people that I'm working with. I get to actually really appreciate the people that I'm meeting, like dates or people that I'm dating, or you could look into, it doesn't matter if you're single or in a relationship or somewhere in between, right? Every time I feel like disappointed or that this person let me down, honest God, the first question I have is like, where do I not love myself? Where do I not love myself? Before I even place any judgment on fault on the other person. Because if I really, really love myself, then I get to step up and I get to stand in my power to set up boundaries, to say no, to ask for what I want, to discuss about what I desire, etc., etc. So there is where I want to invite you next. Look into your life and look into the moments, the circumstances, the fights, contractions, or whatever that you might have with your date, with your boyfriend, with your husband, whomever you are in a relationship with. And I know the tendency is to say, he said this, he did not treat me well, and all that gets to be truth. And then look in and ask yourself, where am I called to love myself more than anybody else can love me? So deeply that at all time, I get to take a stand for myself, advocate for myself, never ever abandon myself ever again. Right? I mean, if you've been here for a while, you know exactly where I'm standing with compromises. I no longer compromise. I don't believe in it. I believe it's just like giving away a piece of myself just so I could please the other person. No. I'm gonna stay fully wholly who I am, with all my gifts and all my desires and all my flaws, and open to have an honest conversation and get to an agreement with the other person. That is love to me. That is love to me. So here we are. This has been a rant, but truth be told, I slept 3 hours last night. So thank God for mascara and concealer, right? Still, I do want to share with you that this dating space and relationships, it's all starting with self. It is my job, it is my duty to know who I am, what I want, what I desire, right? And then to communicate it to the universe. Like, let the God know what I'm available for and what I'm open for, right? And then communicate it to the people that I'm interacting with on an everyday basis. And by doing so, God, this gets to be so amazing and so fascinating and so exciting. It is really fun to date when you know who you are, when you know what you want, when you have the confidence to speak your mind, to ask for what you want, to set your boundaries, because you are loving yourself. So you're not relying on the other person to feel loved. That being said, if you have any insecurities or you're struggling to how to show up in the dating world, or whatever the situation might be, just open the show notes and book a call with me. Let's jump on a call and let's figure it out. What is it that doesn't let you access your confidence so you could show up in the world bare, beautiful, authentic, real, fully expressed? And if you're looking for just a little daily tips, then please follow me on Instagram at Simona Spark World. And if you're like, oh, look, I know who I am, I know what I want, I'm dating, or I'm in a committed relationship, right? But I want to spice things up, If you're thinking just hot and steamy and sexy, then dungeons are the right space. Queen dungeons for women and king's dungeons for men. Please open the show notes and join those spaces. Now, I do want to remind you that by using the code LOVE, you get 50% off on those workshops. This promotion also expired tomorrow, so it's just my Valentine's gift to everyone. Join the dungeons, jump on those self-pleasure practices, and stay open to discover and rediscover who you are. What do you like? How do you like it? Get really, really in touch with yourself, get in your body, and experience pleasure like never before. I will make you one promise with those dungeons. If you go to those practices, also you have workbooks attached to it, so they're filled with like specific prompts to make this experience a personalized experience. If you do those practices, I promise you not only that you're gonna know yourself so much better and deeply and intimately, but will really help you to connect with another person at a deeper level. So what's the worst thing could happen? You're gonna do those practices and you're gonna experience a lot of pleasure and potentially a lot of orgasms. That's the worst thing could happen taking this workshop. So no brainer, right? Open the show notes. Join now for 50% off by using the code LOVE. So I think this is it for today. I mean, not only that I didn't sleep enough, but I just want to leave it on this note. You know, it's Valentine's Day tomorrow. I know there is a lot of commercial stuff going on, hearts and teddy bears and whatnot, but I want to bring attention to you. Again, regardless if you're single, in a relationship, somewhere in between, take at least one moment tomorrow and be your own Valentines. And with that, we are closing for today, and we are closing season 6, and we are closing 2 years, and I will see you next week when we are stepping into year 3 of the Bare Lifestyle podcast, opening season 7, and continuing having conversations about taboo topics to make them normal and acceptable. And this is where we landed. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And if you enjoyed the show, make sure you leave me a review to let me know. For more bear experiences, please go to simonaspark.com/bear and follow us on Instagram at Simona Spark World. I can't wait to have you back. Until then, be bear, bold, authentic, radical, expressed. See you next time.